Hello.
I never know where to look at the start.
How are we doing, everyone? Hi, any Patreons or channel members watching this on the replay. Thank you again for your continued support. I mean, it's the absolute world to us. We've got some zebras in the background. Is it zebras or zebras? You decide.
Zebras.
We've got schmutz on me.
Yes.
You let me come on stream with schmutz.
Forgot to do a wardrobe and teeth check.
I told you when you had a bicycle wedged between your teeth.
I hate it when that happens.
Richard Benham, he's there to get you he's going to miss it. Thank God for the replay.
Oh, I wondered if anybody watches the replay, so it's good to know.
Yeah. Hi, later, Tiki Mikola.
Yeah, hi. Hope you had a good day.
Kaz is here. Eliza the vegan, formerly
Oh.
vegan realist. Lorraine Edie, Blood Hill, plant-based powered. Let's get this party started. Huh. Lorraine Edie, do you think there is a vegan clique?
What do you mean?
So a clique is like usually a small circle of people who they don't like outsiders. They keep to themselves, like they're sort of cool kids at school. And so I imagine that there are lots of vegan cliques, but I don't see veganism as being a clique because we're trying to get everyone to stop eating animals. So what exactly did you mean, or have I encompassed it there in my long-winded and very entertaining answer?
I think we all have people we prefer, so we get into groups, don't we? So even
I don't like smelly people.
Even within a niche,
I like
you know,
smelly bellends.
like veganism, there's still people you like and don't like within veganism. Yeah.
I mostly like zebras. KV, you'd hope, wouldn't you? You'd hope that we're more compassionate, so you'd think we'd hope that we wouldn't want to exclude people. So you'd hope there would be less of it, in a way, would you? But I suppose some vegans can be very anti anyone who's not vegan, so then they could make people feel bad in that way, kind of thing. So I think this depends on your level of how much you want to connect, how sociable you are, how compassionate, how what was that thing we were talking about earlier? So I noticed this thing where I can just judge people, and I've decided I'm not doing it anymore. And I'm doing this Joe Dispenza meditation, and every time something negative comes up, any negative thought or emotion, I'm saying change. And today, I'm not going to name types of people, but there's a certain type of person who I was kind of looking down on, and I decided, no, I'm not going to keep doing that. And today I saw this certain type of person, and instead of making like a judgment, I just thought, change. And so, no, maybe this type of person now, Gemma says, they might not, maybe before somehow they were picking up that I had a little bit of like, not disdain for them, but I don't know, I just had this stupid like sort of prejudice, and maybe now they'll think that I'm a bit warmer towards them, maybe. Is that the gist of it?
Yeah, I think we're emitting a certain energy towards people, I think.
Yes,
you know.
and people can pick up on it, can't they?
And it's very, self-aware and sort of big of you to notice and identify and to name it and to say out loud, like, oh, I've noticed I had a prejudice. Because I think we all can, but we often can think that it's not okay to have any of these prejudices or judgments, about groups of people or towards animals or whatever, and then we kind of drive it underground because we say, oh no, I love everyone and I don't have any of these things. It's not that identifying it makes it okay to have judgments towards them, but then you can like work on it and try and understand, why do I feel that way? Where did it come from? But I think a lot of the time we think it's not okay to ever admit that we make any judgments or whatever.
Gary Yourofsky, didn't he, said there's two types of people, those that judge and those that lie about judging.
Yes.
And but no, I saw myself doing it, and I was really disgusted with myself, and I thought, whoa, like, no, not having that anymore. Change. And that was a real breakthrough today. A real breakthrough. I was so pleased. KVK, anti-vegans tell me that cholesterol is not harmful, and there is no proof it is essential for the body, etc. Is that true? How to debunk that? No, the truth is that the overwhelming scientific consensus is the exact opposite. So just tell them just to look at PubMed or whatever and see how many articles back up what they're saying and how many articles back up what we're saying. I often speak to one particular study which references 343 other studies, and they're all like real good quality, from the middle of the hierarchy of evidence and towards the top end, like meta-analysis of prospective cohorts and all this sort of real great quality studies. And the point is that these studies are not industry funded. You'll get studies funded by the meat industry saying that meat's good for you. But what you won't get is studies not by the meat industry that said meat is good for you. So I often reference low density lipoproteins cause atherosclerotic cardiovascular disease, pathophysiology, genetic and therapeutic insights, a consensus statement from the European Atherosclerosis Society consensus panel. Here you go. I'll throw you a freaking bone here. Just type that into a search engine and you'll come across that. And it just proves irrevocably 343 studies that race serum LDL caused by eating animal products and processed vegan foods like coconut oil, palm kernel oil, cocoa butter, raise serum LDL and cause heart disease, a number one killer, plus raise your risk for all-cause mortality. There's 343 non-industry funded, therefore much less likely to be biased studies. And then I would say, there's my evidence. Now show me your overwhelming, maybe you've got 3,000 studies non-industry funded proving the opposite. Like, show me your evidence. And they won't be able to. Super chat. Hermit kindly donated 20 rupees. Hermit Burwell. No question. He's just supported his local neighbourhood vegan YouTubers out of the kindness of his heart.
Oh, good.
And I love him. Thank you, my friend. That is really kind. Helps us carry on our mission.
Yes.
Lolly, nice surprising little hangout. Hi, everyone. Hi to you. Angela, baby Carson's here as well. Michael Askew, Robert Pacino. All the good guys. Kieran Forrest as well. Hello. Cassie Harris. Long time since I've been able to catch one of these. This is a surprise. I really are.
I think we all need to send some love today to Cassie Harris.
Let's do that.
Please. Some love hearts, any different love and support related emojis, please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sending 19 hench hearts and a shark.
Loving shark, is it?
No. But I just like to balance my yin and yang.
Okay.
Oh.
I think, so this isn't aimed at us, but I think Cassie is saying to someone else that she's just got off the phone with someone from the mental health support office in town, been given resources, but it seems like so much work, feeling a bit hopeless, sorry to unknow. Yeah, I'm sorry you're having a hard time with
sorry.
it. I'm glad that you reached out and called, somewhere, and I'm wondering how helpful that was, for you. I was just thinking, have you got a counsellor? Because they're so very helpful, And I want to say that when we're in pain, pain convinces us of two things. One thing is that it will last forever. It's either always been that way or it will always be that way, and that's not true. And it convinces us that we're alone in that pain, and that's not true either. At any one time, there's millions of us around the world, and we're all feeling different things. There'll always be people who can relate to how you're feeling. They won't necessarily feel exactly the same as you, because no one can know what it exactly feels like to be you. But you're not the only one in pain, is what I want to say. Yeah, we're all at different stages all the time. And what other supportive, nice things can we say to Cassie? What do you need?
We love you, Cassie.
We love you. What do you need today? Can any of us here meet any needs for you today? Tell us what you need or how you feel.
And also, Simone Nicholson is in hospital with a kidney infection.
Oh, no.
Let's send some love to Simone as well. She's always in here, being a lovely, lively, interactive member of our community.
Oh, kidney infection. Yeah,
that really sucks.
Yeah.
Get well soon.
Yes.
Isaac, hello Hench, I'm a vegan and I notice my blood pressure is a little high, 136/77. Any tips on lowering it? Thanks. So, the biggest killer of vegans is still heart disease. So, there's vegan diets and there's vegan diets. Ideally, for optimal health, we need to be eating whole foods, legumes, whole grains, fruits, vegetables, nuts and seeds, little herbs and spices, by steering away from really oily foods like refined oils, particularly coconut oil, palm kernel oil, cocoa butter. These things raise serum LDL just as bad, and in some cases worse than animal products. So it's not just being vegan, it's being a whole foods vegan or eating a whole foods plant-based diet. If you just stick to that, you should have optimal blood pressure. And the more you get away from that and start adding in junk foods, then you're not going to have the optimal health. Base your meals around legumes, whole grains, fruits and vegetables. Have a little nuts and seeds. Maybe don't go too mad on those when you're trying to get your blood pressure down. Plenty of herbs and spices. Some things that can help further lower blood pressure. Stuff with beta-glucans in is good. So garlic, mushrooms. Hibiscus tea, up to a litre to a quart of that per day is helpful. Don't go over that because it's high in manganese, but that can really help to lower your blood pressure. Anything else? Salt. Don't really add table salt if you can help it. Exercise, obviously, as well. Yeah, I think those are the main things.
Does stress play into it?
Yeah, no doubt.
Meditation?
No doubt. You could add in some Wim Hof style cold therapy. That's good for your circulatory system.
And his breath work, that's really good.
Zactivist is here. No, we're not seen Joey's thing yet. What is it about this time? I'm interested. Do follow Zactivist. He's brilliant. Thanks, Angela. Something silly is here. So, hello from California. Two-pack.
I don't know.
You know California love.
Oh,
How are you doing, something silly? How is the vegan scene in Cali? I think I've heard this pretty jumping off, isn't it?
Jumping off.
Eliza, I meant to reply not to delete the message. I took it that you'd done a little slip up. Even monkeys fall out of trees. That's the saying. Jack the vegan activist is here. He's IRL friend. Sorry, I'm late. You're okay. We don't normally do one tonight, so it's a bit of a surprise one. Good words, Angela.
I'm worrying about Cassie Harris. I am.
Yeah.
I'm worrying about.
She's right, nice.
Yeah. How do you feel now that you've talked to someone?
I'd like to give her a cuddle, a socially distanced internet cuddle.
Yeah. like hopeless, and that's a real tough place to be in.
Isn't that like one of the very worst like emotional?
Yeah, like sort of powerlessness and hopelessness. And
what is that called? The
emotional scale.
The emotional scale.
Yeah. Yes.
Yep. I hate it.
Yeah, I hate it for you.
I hate it if it happens to a good person.
Yeah.
Nice, Blood Hill. Yeah, that's some good words. I'm most proud. I heard 70% of studies are industry funded. It's actually 90%. 90% of nutritional studies are funded by the industries that stand to profit from a favourable outcome. And because of that, they are 4 to 8 times more likely to be favourable. 4 to 8 times. That's the power of money. Chris Carra, hey Paul, where did you get that T-shirt you're currently wearing? What one is this? Is Defender of Animals, isn't it? Well, you'll have to.
Okay.
Tell me how to
up,
get.
Up. Yep.
Is it better?
Yeah. Have you seen it? That's a great top. I've got one as well. Not on the replay. Yeah. Defender of Animals. They have some great T-shirts.
All their profits go to animal sanctuaries as well.
Yeah. What a nice guy.
Get one. And also buy our book. It's bloody great.
He's always licking me. No, I didn't mean it like that. Bloody puts his tongue in my ear.
No comment.
Not that.
Crystal Moes in the house. Good to see you, lovely. Neil Owen. Noble and Savage. That's a great name. Kaz, mentioned this before. Do you believe that any person who isn't vegan is an animal abuser? And if so, why? I believe that any person who isn't vegan is funding animal abuse. That's what I would say. I
think sometimes it can be helpful to separate the individual, put the person from the act. Because if we think back, there was a time when probably most of us weren't vegan and we didn't see ourselves as animal abusers. We were just
we just thought we were having our lunch.
We were so, brainwashed or whatever to believe that it's normal, natural and necessary, and it just took us maybe some seed planting or a documentary. It took us something in order to wake up and see things differently. So, I've been reading Dr. Melanie Joy's book, actually, about communication.
Don't, you'll upset people, because most people, for some reason, seem to be anti-Melanie.
Yeah. So it's aimed at for like vegans and non-vegans to like read it together, to get each other's perspective more and to work on the relationships and have better communication and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, sort of forgot what I was going to say from it now. What was I saying about?
Can I just add a little bit while you're thinking? So I would say, to get your wording right, non-violent communication teaches that you shouldn't like exaggerate things, because that you're just going to bump heads and turn the person off. So while it's true that they're not directly an animal abuser, they are funding like animal abuse. And in law, the person who hires the hitman is as morally reprehensible as the killer. So, depending on your sort of ethics, really like they are as guilty, because if it wasn't for them, like that wouldn't be happening, would it? So there is that, but do bear in mind that they may think that they need to eat animals, because that's what we've been told since day one. So.
And it's like, I agree and believe that anyone that's eating animals is doing something that's really unnecessary and terribly cruel, and I really wish that they wouldn't. But when I hope to, communicate to people that aren't vegan in a way that will leave them. I heard Earthing Ed say something about when you have a chat with someone
vegan Jesus,
someone that's not vegan, they will make like an assumption about what it means to be vegan by talking to you. So if you can't keep your cool, if you getting angry and frustrated or whatever with them, they'll make an association that that's kind of what it's like to be vegan, or that's what vegans are like, etc. Which is frustrating, because it's like we have to think of so many things, and it's not fair. We should just be able to say, look, this is what you're doing, this is the truth, and be able
Stop putting animals in your mouth. It's weird if you think about it.
should just be able to say it. But unfortunately, it does require some diplomacy, is the word I'd use. When you're not even talking to people, though. You're just saying, it's that thing. But as much as I feel that it is animal abuse to consume animals, I wouldn't say that to someone that's not vegan, just because I'm thinking of the long game. Would that be the word? And thinking in terms of what do they need to hear and not hear in order to keep the communication lines open and to continue having a good relationship, as opposed to one where there's headbutting, you fall out, there's so many grievances, you don't really get on anymore, and there's no chance they would ever be open to veganism, So yeah, it's a long game.
Lorraine Eady, by clique, I mean vegans showing more interest towards others who will further their cause. So, yeah. Let's see what you mean. Yeah, maybe, I suppose. Yeah. Again, it just depends on the quality of the person, really, I think, doesn't it? Basically. I don't think you need to be cliquey.
That last conversation we were just having about, so that person was saying, do you think it's animal abuse to eat, animals or whatever? I sort of, that conversation made me feel nervous. Yeah.
A nervous Nelly.
Yeah, and I got the feeling that person who said that was feeling quite maybe, come on, isn't it true that that's the case? And, people are doing that, kind of a thing. And
we're really arguing semantics here, aren't we? Like, they are funding that thing, Yeah. And I suppose if they know exactly what's going on and they don't need to do it, then they've got the mentality of an animal abuser.
Yeah.
I guess you could say. But I guess by the very definition of the words you're using, I think language is important. And if someone is not, they just don't know better, I think that it's unwise to label them like that, because I think you're just going to cause headbutting, and they're not going to be. You can't guilt and shame people into, or very rarely.
To anything.
Yeah, very rarely, and we just need to educate and we need to have some compassion and realise, I did believe that we had to eat animals. I really did. I thought I can't grow muscles if I'm not eating meat. I did. I didn't know better. I was so lied to. Yeah, I thought we needed milk for calcium.
But when I talk, about communicating to non-vegans, I get nervous because I don't want vegans to think that I'm being too kind of soft, Yeah. And I think Melanie Joy has been accused of being, I don't know much about what's going on there, so I won't go into it, but I think I heard someone saying she's like a sympathiser and whatever they meant by that, And so I get nervous and think, vegans are going to think that I'm being too soft and too easy and etc. Because I'm thinking of the long game and maintaining the relationship, and I'm not thinking about this conversation right now I might have with them, like a one-time thing. I'm thinking about, many, and making sure that, you have a good relationship so that it's better in the long term in terms of that person, going vegan. But I get nervous. I think, are people going to say,
You can please some of the people some of the time and all that.
Yeah.
Plant-based powered. I got pain in my ankle. I sprained it a few times in my life. Thank you for telling us. You poor thing.
I'm sorry to hear that.
That sucks. My sympathy chip was turned off for a second. Angarad is here. Follow her. She's blinking great.
Nice to see you. And sorry we didn't stream yesterday, and I'm glad you made it to this one. And I hope that you're feeling okay after what you did yesterday.
Kieran is here. Do you eat bread? Most days now, actually. Most days I find it easier to get in because I eat such a volume. I look for one with few additives, low to no oil, and whole grain. But it would be better to eat intact grains in terms of your gut microbiome. The trouble is with me, I eat so much volume of food that I have to be careful.
Well.
Yeah, I have to be careful not to overdo it. So I think I'm kind of a different case than a lot of people. Lucy's here. Hello all. Doing art to promote vegans for the animals here. Very good. Tell us about what you're doing exactly. Tricky you. Have you experienced any muscular injuries from the gym? Rotator cuff or injury? Tore my right adductor in my right hip. I didn't really do much about it. I tried like some sort of therapies and things, but it just seemed to make it worse. So I've just left it, and now I'm not the man I used to be. Low back injury as well. Like I've tried to treat that in so many ways, but that's definitely holding me back. That won't ever heal, I don't think. Well, it won't. I did that like 25 years ago. Well, more than that. Never hurt a rotator cuff. Tore my biceps off. Had to have that reattached. I've probably had a whole litany of injuries, and just over the last 30 years, I've kind of forgotten them really. Yeah, just typical like strains and things where you just have to rest up for a bit. Yeah, they're just part and parcel of heavy training really, and yeah, there's no miracle cures, sadly. Cassie, I was recently told I make everyone at work uncomfortable because I'm not a bubbly person. What? Not to bring stress, depression to work with me. Some tips on how to get through the work days.
That is super invalidating.
I would find a new job personally.
It sounds like you're
like
struggling.
a bunch of bellends.
It sounds like you're struggling, and maybe you're suffering with depression. I'm not entirely sure, but then to be told like, oh, you should be happy, and it's not okay for you to be this way, like that. That's
going to make it worse, isn't it? So they seem like a complete idiot. Whoever
if you
said
have like
that.
a human resources department or something where you work, I would definitely make a complaint about that, because that is really not okay. You don't know what's happening inside someone's internal world, so to say something like that, is really is very not okay. So yeah, if you can't be treated better, I would say just leave. Don't be somewhere where you feel invalidated and talked down to all the time.
That's obviously if you can find another job, of course.
Yeah.
It's not always so easy, is it?
Yes. Yeah. Sometimes having less money, even if it's a lot less money, if you can still cope, but you don't have a particular stress, way better for your life. So much better, Yeah,
stress is the worst.
Yeah, it's hard to get out of, a bad place, like mentally or physically, if our environment is so conducive to things being bad,
Why should that make people uncomfortable, though?
Yeah, that makes me think they can't bear to feel anything, so they can't bear to see you feeling anything over there, because it means they're going to have to feel something, and they will rather pretend everything's okay all the time. I hate being around people
I would say I feel uncomfortable because you seem like a bunch of bellends who've got
no empathy.
With no empathy. Like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Go vegan, get some compassion for animals, and then hopefully for me as well. Like, what's wrong with you?
How to get through the day, I would say can you have headphones? Can you listen to something that makes you feel soothed and relaxed, like some binaural beats? That could be nice. Maybe meditation before and after work, even on a lunch break. If you can go somewhere and sit on some grass, take your shoes off or something, just for 10 minutes and do some deep breathing or something, that could be helpful.
Have we got the actual Nick Nimmin in the house? The Nick Nimmin. He's about my favourite YouTube expert to follow. Guys, if you're making YouTube videos and you're not following Nick, what's wrong with you? Hello, Nick. Good to see you, brother. I can't believe it. It's one of my faves. I'm always watching him. He's a live streaming genius. Right, where were we, Gem?
We were talking to Cassie Harris.
Yeah, bless her.
I don't know. Yeah, there you are.
There we go. Blood Hill. Hench, do you not worry about hypothermia or anything like that when you're doing ice baths? No. No. I don't know at what point that would be a worry, but Wim Hof does so much more colder and longer.
Yeah. I think we have built up to it, haven't we? So I started in the cold shower. I had a hot shower, then I put it cold for 10 seconds, and then I built up over time. Now I can do several minutes. Now we're starting to put ice in the bath. So it's been a progression. Your body gets used to it, doesn't it?
Yeah. Exions is in the house. I've not seen you before. Where are you? How's the vegan scene there? And how's veganism treating you? If indeed you are a person of vegan persuasion, maybe you're just having a little look-see, and that's fine too. Pump Pad Runners in the house. Good to see you. Angela, money is evil. Grow our own food. I don't know that I agree.
I think it's a tool.
Yeah,
It's the person
I think
that
people.
wields the money.
I think people can become evil in an attempt to get more money and more resources. But you know, if I had a load of money, I'd be helping people out with it.
It's just like
So
a tool.
yeah, like a tool. Yeah.
It's like, I've got these carrots. You've got that. I was going to say something.
Watermelon.
You've got those watermelons.
You got that watermelon.
Can I have a watermelon? I'll give you carrots. No, I don't want carrots.
No.
Oh, what am I going to do? I need that, or I want some.
Just give us a foot rub.
So we have this money that is universal. It's a tool.
Yeah.
So,
I see what you're saying. It makes
that's
it
what
easier.
I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
But yeah, some people can.
I thought this was going to take a bad turn. Oh, just tickle me under there.
Not like that.
Not like that.
What other way is it? Oh God.
Cal, Paul, 2 questions. How come you gave up personal training? Because I got more enjoyment from being a YouTuber. I was looking for a lean bulking regimen,
You're out of
but
luck. Sorry about that.
and that's all he said.
He wanted a plan from you. Is that kind of what he's?
We'll never know.
We might know in a minute. It's not like we'll never know.
Vegan Mooncat, follow him. He's blinking great. Have we spoken to this, Jim?
I don't think so.
So Cassie's saying, I feel overwhelmed and hopeless after the phone call. I don't have energy to make dinner most days. Now I have to find energy to get help. It's exhausting.
Yeah, I mean, if they've not made it super easy for you, then I'm sorry to hear that. I imagine once you get past the initial hurdle of like contacting whatever like place and getting booked in or whatever, I imagine from there it will be like an easy process. Is how I feel, Yeah, but yeah, you could. I saw someone say you could go to your doctor. Like that is a thing. You could say like, for example, oh, I'd really like some talking therapy. Like, can you put me with someone? Or you could seek out someone yourself. That way you can have more control. You can search for people and see, well, who do I feel drawn to? Like, what do I want, a man or a woman? Etc.
I'll have 2 men, please. I fancy a change.
We all deserve support and help, and sometimes we need it. Sometimes we can't get out of a certain place on our own. Like we need some guidance and support, and from someone who's really experienced at helping people get through difficult times. So yeah, don't suffer on your own. Please reach out to someone. Come and chat with us anytime. Reach out to me anytime. On Instagram for sure, but also reach out to someone who's more expert.
I've had a little sort of trouble with anxiety lately over like a certain situation, and I've really got into those ice baths, breath work, meditation, and the Joe Dispenza stuff. And I really highly recommend anyone suffering with anxiety, depression, to really give those a good look. I can't speak highly enough. Yes. I really can't. It
can feel tough if you're like depressed. It drains your energy. You just don't have the energy for stuff. So I totally can see how it's like can be daunting to have to try a new routine or to figure something else out, but you can pick up like a little momentum, like you do something that gives you a little bit of relief, and that gives you just enough energy to keep that up, and then you can add another thing and you build like momentum, so yeah, you're just looking to feel just a little relief from where you are now. Don't see it as like, I've got to be happy, because that's too big of a jump, and you'll fail. You'll think, I'm not happy, I'm not doing it right, whatever. See your job as like, just to feel a little bit of relief each day. Like maybe a hot bath will give you relief, whatever the things are from where you're at, See that as your job is my advice. That's how I've seen it before when I've been in a difficult place.
What is that breath technique that I recently learned that seems to really help sort me out? It's called physiologic sigh. Yeah. So if you're feeling like some negative energy and your heart's like racing a little bit, you do a big in-breath followed by a bit more of an in-breath that you can manage, and then a long out-breath. And apparently 1 to 3 of those really can favourably shift your hormonal profile. And make you feel a lot better.
Do an example of it.
Okay. Apparently, about 10 to 15 of those can really make you fall asleep. It's that powerful.
So it doesn't take that many. Yeah.
So that's something you can do in real time.
Yeah.
I also really recommend the odd CBD oil. I know I bang on about it, but
Yeah.
I find that to be fantastic stuff.
Yes, that has helped me with anxiety actually. Yeah.
Yeah, we sometimes need a little help.
Yes, we do.
Lorraine, did you see the animal rebellion action against McDonald's? No, but I heard about it. Didn't they block some their supplies in like 4 key locations or something? Tell us what happened there.
Wow.
Tell us all about that. That sounds great. Vegan Mailheads in the house. Eliza, I've been working on a video explaining why I'm vegan and my journey to going vegan. Yeah, that's nice. I think those are invaluable. Oh yeah, do subscribe to Eliza the Vegan as well.
And just one more thing about communicating about veganism. I heard someone say that it can be really powerful to talk in terms of our story. Instead of trying to, like, you think, oh, I'm vegan, I've got to like get better at speaking about veganism, because, you know, if you're not, you can get frustrated in conversations because you don't know how to articulate yourself. And you might think, oh, I've got to learn everything so I can have these chats. No, like, speak in terms of your story, because that's more, I think that's better than spouting a load of facts and figures.
You can't argue with someone's story, can you?
So if I say, oh, well, yeah, I'm vegan because like I had some really bad health conditions and I was in a real desperate place, and so I went whole food plant-based, and then within a week, like, my health really turned around. Like, I couldn't believe it. I felt so good. Like somebody can't tell me, no, that's wrong, or, you know, because it's my story. And people can be less defensive when you're saying about your story as opposed to what you should be doing. You know?
Pummy's Pad, Hench, I hear you have some MMA training. Yeah, I did some of that, like, when it first came about, sort of around, like, circa UFC 3. I was in a club. It was called shoot fighting, which sort of gave the game away because it was all about like going for the shooting, like takedown and whatever. But yeah, so it's called shoot fighting then, and it also had some self-protection stuff tacked onto it, which was really good. Some of Jeff Thompson's work, which I was a huge fan of. But yeah, I did about 30 years of karate, many years of kickboxing, boxing. Some other stuff, Kapap, which is an offshoot of Krav, and yeah, I put it into practice in nightclubs as a doorman years ago.
We had a super chat. I'm so sorry.
Oh,
it was a while ago. Apologies for that.
Yeah, super chat. Exion's donated £3. Do you know what part? Do you want to know the ultimate question to someone's strength of character and how strong and developed someone's ideology is? You ask them what they think about what? Lolly hentai. You can see what weak-minded people can't pull apart. What's your opinion? I ain't got a damn clue.
What is it? Shall I look up what?
I don't know. I don't like the sound of it.
Oh. Lolly ideology.
No, hentai.
What? Oh yeah. Why did I put 2 random words together?
Don't look.
Child sexual abuse.
Oh, no, don't be talking about that. I was right to be suspicious.
Suspicious, hey? Yes.
What do they think about it? What do you mean, what would you think about it? That's freaking weird. I don't want this person in here. Can you ban them?
Okay.
That's just a bit mental. I'm really sorry, but you're not quite right in the head. They're gone.
Okay.
People really pee me off on occasion. Don't come back. Entirely honest. Hey Hench, what do you think of calcium fortified plant drinks? Aren't they just the same thing as calcium supplements? Yeah, they're calcium supplements with a bit of liquid and a bit of whizzed up beans or legumes floating around in there. It's easy to overdo the old calcium and to not calcify your organs and stuff, or cause like you can actually trigger a heart attack in someone with like, is it like angina and whatever? Something like that. Yeah, we're meant to get calcium slowly throughout the day, not in one big, huge whack. Vanessa, when I get teased about being vegan, it's so tempted to be aggressive, but it doesn't help.
I totally can understand that for sure. You know, if you're feeling attacked, you want to defend yourself. That's the first thing that comes to you, isn't it? Like, is to feel like a defense, like, and to feel angry. So, yeah, I get it. I do understand.
Joey, hey you two, for the sake of calorie calculations, what is my activity level? I will go out 20,000 steps a day. Didn't think I like them on the weekend. So you're probably talking about the old total daily energy expenditure calculator. I would call that moderate. Oh, Nick Niven, saw your stream on my homepage, so I clicked in. You're probably gone by now, but it was nice to see you.
And then he's saying about he's got a low back injury or something, he's saying.
Yeah.
Those are a nuisance.
Yeah.
Where's he got a fancy like tick after his name and it's in like a box or whatever? He's fancy.
It's fancy.
I've never seen that.
I think that will be a, you know, on like Instagram you can have that. Is it like a blue verified thing?
I see.
Plant-based Parrot's asking a weird question. Can rich foods make you horny? What do you mean? I mean, I know what horny means, but what do you mean by rich, like caviar and lobster?
Rich as like decadent, like a chocolate cake?
It can do, depending on where it's smeared. Cassie, we're just a small local business, no HR, unfortunately. It was very invalidating. Yeah, that sucks. I just make enough money to get by right now, so I'm trying to figure out if I can take mental health leave from work.
Yeah, bless you. Anything you can do, just please, definitely do it. Yeah. For sure. Yeah. Oftentimes in life, we think that we have to keep up with certain responsibilities or whatever. There's loads of things that we have to do. But I heard somebody once say that if you're struggling mentally, say you've got depression or, you know, something, that or that you feel, I think that she was saying this in terms of like real hopelessness and maybe feeling suicidal and just really struggling. She was saying like, see life as though you've got a terminal illness and act like somebody who might have a terminal illness and see it as like, you know, if I had a year left to live, like, what would I do? What would I decide is no longer really important anymore? What responsibilities and things would I actually decide? I don't really have to do those, you know, and let that stuff go. Like, just kind of saying, like, if you're really struggling in a bad place, you know, and say you've been there for a long time and, you know, you should see life as, like, that your time is, like, limited and, like, I guess if you're struggling mentally for a long time, that starts to affect your body, and then it's like you are ill, you know. And if we're so desperate for so long, maybe we don't want to be around, and then it's like, well, yeah. So life is like you've got a terminal illness because, well, maybe you're not going to be here forever, you know. So suddenly think, okay, say I've got this amount of time, like, what's really important to me and how do I want life to look? And then that will tell you the kind of things that are more important to you that you should be focusing on and the stuff that you really should, like, you know, let go of.
Stainer's in the house. Good to see you. Cal, but I haven't found one. He's carrying on. Can I contact you on your website or have you packed PTing and diet planning food? Yeah, I'm done with that. I'm just doing the YouTube thing now. But you could contact Corinne Sutton on Instagram, Korin, Corinne Sutton, double T. He's good stuff. He'll help you out. Lucy, have you done much swimming in the sea? It's meant to be chilly in Norfolk. I'm painting follow the jackets with animals bursting out of the fabric and vegan messages. No, not since I was little, but I dare say we'll be doing more of it now. We certainly got into the local river a few days ago in an effort to do some Wim Hof style cold therapy. It wasn't quite cold enough, so then we did an ice bath, which you can see. It's my latest short video on the tubes.
And I've got a video of my first ice bath on the Instagram.
I'm painting faux leather jackets with animals bursting out of the fabric and vegan messages. That's very cool.
Yeah, nice. I like some of those. Who is it? Viva la Vegan. We see at a lot of events.
Yep.
I like their clothes. They buy leather jackets and they snazzy them all up on the back.
Yeah,
They're all
snazzy them
unique,
up.
Slightly different. It's very cool.
Nick Nibbin's thumbnail faces are legendary. That's very true. Toby Gosling's up in here.
Who liked our new thumbnail today for the stream?
I did.
Yeah, I liked it.
By Lorraine, thanks for joining. Super chat. That's that lovely Toby Gosling. I might have known that he'd be super chatting. He's very generously donated £9.99. Like the stream, everyone. Thank you. That is kind, isn't it? I heard that plant milk can be called milk alternative.
Is it one of those things where it can't be called plant milk?
Or was that sort of European legislation came through?
You can't stop me. I'm going to keep saying it. Plant milk, plant milk,
plant milk, plant milk, plant milk, plant milk, plant milk, delayed it, did it, plant milk, delayed it, did it.
So I guess they can't say it on the packaging, is it? Or on TV or...
This isn't milk.
It's ridiculous. That's a really kind, generous super chat. Thank you.
He's not even got a question, and he's trying to help the stream by telling people to thumbs up because 7 naughty people haven't thumbs up.
And I can't remember. Will we see you at the camp out? Can't remember if you've said.
I bet he's going. He loves a bit of it. Priya is having vegan steak and potatoes. Good girl.
And just in case we missed this, Priya and Musu it's their birthdays today.
Oh, I did miss that.
Yeah. So
right.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Priya. And let's have some lovely, all the stuff.
Birthday emojis.
Where are the birthday emojis on here?
I have no idea. So cakes and balloons and
love
hearts and
party
presents.
Poppers.
I don't think you get a party popper emoji.
Bananas. There is a party popper one.
Is there?
Yeah. Hang on, it's taken me a minute to find them.
Don't I have vegan egg on my face?
Yeah, you have no egg on your face.
Yeah, no.
There's a cake. Found a birthday cake.
It takes so long to find. I wish you could just type what one you're looking for and it
Yeah, you probably can. You can on a phone.
Oh yeah, maybe there.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Search emoji.
You can. But you don't know what they're called.
Present.
Oh no, I did find it.
Oh, gift. There we go.
Gift. Yeah, happy birthday. Have a great day. What are you doing?
Yeah, what are you doing on?
What are you up to?
Ballon. No ballons, but there is balloons. Anyway, that'll do. Happy birthday, Priya. You're always giving us lots of love. We really appreciate you and have many happy, wonderful returns of the day.
Yes.
Toby will be at Camp Out. Fantastic. Who's going to vegan Camp Out? We've got our tickets now.
Yeah, and we've got accommodation. Not that you have to have accommodation to go, obviously, but we just prefer not to camp. Personally.
We don't like to sub it with all the commoners.
Don't say that. Yeah, we booked, and there was this place. It was called something farm, something like farm annex, and so I messaged a lady to say, is this like a farm with animals, or anything? I looked on Google Maps.
Are you animal abusers?
I couldn't see any animals, sort of, farm, whatever. So
that was sarcasm. Anyone who's just joined in, by the way.
Yes, I did have a chat with her, and she's like, oh, were you hoping to see some animals? Oh, we don't have any in the area. And I was like, oh no, I wasn't hoping to see any.
We're hoping to not see any being
So
abused.
Great success. Our Airbnb will not make us cry. So that's great.
Purple Piplup's got her ticket. She's just trying to figure out how to get there now.
No.
Come and say hello, won't you? We'd love to hang out with you.
Nearer the time, we'll arrange, on whatever day, meet at wherever, wherever at the event. Maybe we should meet, sort of in front of the food stalls or something, because everyone will be able to see where that is.
Oh, that's where everyone will be standing.
Not directly in front, a bit back on, Yeah.
There's big queues. Vegemite cod pods in the house. Very good. Oh, is there any other events coming up? I want to do something else in between times. Cowboy cat, ladies and gentlemen.
He's purring.
Can they hear him?
He smelled it.
Right.
Smelled the microphone.
Microphone. Right, 7 more minutes, guys. 7 more minutes. Get your comments or questions in.
And then what?
And then we've got to go for our walk, our little nature walk around,
Oh,
around the woods and that.
And I need to have some jam and toast.
Oh, Toby's saying this weekend is Brighton Festival. Yeah, I did see that came up a bit like last minute, didn't it? Yeah, we haven't really got the funds for that at the minute, have we?
Not really.
Damn it! Stacey Langley's up in there. We're very good, thank you. Yeah, we've been having a lovely stream.
Today we shot another video for our course.
How to eat plant-based successfully.
Today's video was about eating out and travelling. So we've shot that.
We've done 15 videos now.
Yeah, 15 videos. I feel really pleased with that. It felt like a big, undertaking. But now, just some time, a couple of months has passed, whatever, and we've done it almost. So yeah, that's really great. Who's excited for our new course? Be out soon. We just need help. We need to get the website good. Figure out how to put it on the website because we don't know how to do that.
Night, Simone. Be well.
Yeah, we'll be out.
Cassie, I had my first sanctuary visit yesterday. Got loads of love from Ezekiel the cow. He was so cuddly. Oh, nice.
That's very good.
I love a cow.
Is Hillside opening up again?
Yeah.
Let's go there.
Yeah, I think they've just done it. So Ellie's, Vegan Gaze is on about going down there and doing, some raising some money and whatnot.
Okay, I've opened up a tab so I can remember to look into that.
Great. Bertan, hello, I'm fairly new to your channel and loving it so far. My question is how you keep yourselves out of conflict with your non-vegan friends at the dinner table. We don't sit with them.
Yeah, and we might be missing an opportunity.
Not that that's the best idea, not that that's what everyone needs to do, but we just won Christmas. We were having a lovely day and then we saw what was on people's plates and it really put us on a real downer.
Yeah.
And we had to go and walk it off, didn't we?
Yeah, and we said we're not going to do that again for our own sake,
Yeah. Not to be unkind to others, but we just don't need to have those mental images of how that product came to be.
Think they're just having their dinner,
Yeah.
But obviously for us it's not that way.
It just made me so sad that people can't seem to celebrate without causing extreme, like the worst misery in others. Like, it really upset us. But
so at the next Christmas we said, okay, we'll come over on Christmas Day, but we're not going to eat Christmas dinner with you, we'll come after or whatever. So that's kind of how that's just Christmas.
That's how we navigate it.
We don't go out for sort of meals really anymore. Or we might say, if we want to arrange something, we'll say, would you like to come to like Namaste or wherever that we know is vegan,
But I think the best way to keep yourself out of conflict with non-vegan people at the dinner table is to not bring it up, because that's the wrong time.
Yeah.
When they're engaged in the act, it's entirely the wrong time. That's
if people
for sure.
feel like that they're being judged, or they feel any feelings of like shame, or that they need to defend themselves, it will just turn into a terrible conversation. Yeah, people will probably be defensive, and then you'll just both be reiterating your points and why you're right and why you think you're right, each side, and then. Yeah, it's a bad time, and then it just becomes a sensitive topic that you can't talk about without it being heated, and then it's hard to kind of pull it. It can be hard to pull it back, can't it? Yeah. Talk about it another time.
Califrax, Dr. Gregor says, "Oh, hang on, I missed loads of things. Hang on, sorry. And thanks for the love, Bertan, by the way. Eliza, what's a protest with Animal Rebellion in June? Oh, there's a protest in June to disrupt the G7. Interesting. Very good. Priya shared some fries with birds and squirrels today. Very nice. We like to hang out with the squirrels over the park, don't we? Speaking of which, we better go in 2 minutes. Paul Kerton, when is your new book coming out? Speedy Vegan or Vegan on the Run or whatever you call it. Actually, Vegan on the Run.
Yeah, that's good.
Is that better?
Let me write that down just in case we want to go with that. Vegan on the Run. Yeah, I like it.
Is that better? What's best, guys? Speedy Vegan or Vegan on the Run? Basically, it's quick whole food recipes.
Like less than 15 minutes prep. To make multiple servings, mostly like batch cooking, that kind of thing. So the last 2 months, I've stopped really working on that so that we could get the course done. We decided to prioritise that because we thought that it would bring in more financial certainty than the cookbook. So yeah, we've just been focusing on that. But actually, it's almost done now, so I'll go back to the cookbook. I'd love to get it done within a month or something, but yeah, I don't know. I think I'm about halfway through it, so try and crack on. But yeah, sometimes it just takes me a while.
Califrax. Dr. Greger says too much salt in fermented foods. Is this true? Yeah, probably. I mean, he says ideally you don't want to eat more than 1,500 milligrams of sodium per day. If you're eating a whole foods diet, you're going to be getting a good amount near that in your food if you're eating adequate calories. So from his perspective, at the very least, there is too much of it. However, he does promote miso, which is fermented, isn't it? Normally soy or sometimes brown rice, is it? Paste sort of stuff. That's high in sodium, but because it's fermented, supposedly he reckons that the fact that it's fermented seems to offset the damage. So surely that would be true of other fermented foods. Were that the case, would it? I don't know. But yeah, you probably don't want to be adding in loads of sodium, not artificial sodium.
We've missed.
There's probably some truth there.
We've missed something from Simone Nicholson. Did you say that you were in hospital? Did you say anything about her?
Oh, she's gone now anyway. That's why I didn't speak to it. She signed off.
She's gone. Right. Okay. Fine.
Right, and speaking of signing off, we should do likewise. Thanks, moderators, for keeping us troll-free. Thanks for the super chats. Hang on a minute. It's been a last-minute super chat. Did I thank Toby enough? I don't feel like I thanked him enough because that was really generous. Thank you again, Toby, for that generous donation. Swampweed has donated £1. I don't know what that's all about, and I can't be bothered to argue about it. Cheers, guys. I'm back on tomorrow about 8 or 9 a.m, depending. Let's say 8:30 a.m. tomorrow at GMT. I'll be doing the solo live stream. Nice.
And Cassie, I'm sending you my love. If you want to chat anytime, please reach out to me on Instagram or wherever. And and let's have a good old chat, and just sending you my love again.
What else do we have to say?
You said about the wolves from the door and the beans on the toast, didn't you, when we're back? And if you're a channel member or Patreon, come over onto the Discord server between now and the next streams.
Have a nice chat at that.
Yep. We're thinking about doing a live cook-along on one of the streams soon. So, I meant to chat to you all about that tonight, but I forgot. That's very naughty of me. So maybe we'll chat about that on Friday. We'll give you some meal options, and then on Monday we'll make it so you've got time to get the ingredients in if you want to participate. We thought it'd be something a bit different. We tried it out once with the channel members and patrons on the members only stream, and that was great. So
I really enjoyed it.
Again.
Last minute super chat. Chris Williams very generously donated $5 UK. Thanks for all the work you do. Keep up. No question. Just supporting this local neighbourhood vegan YouTubers. We really appreciate you, Chris. That's so kind. Yeah. If you're new, we'd love you to become part of this community. So hit the subscribe button, click the bell icon. I'm back tomorrow morning about 8:30 a.m. Watch out for my Instagram. I always announce it on there before I come on. And other than that, we'll be back Friday 6 p.m. GMT. So set some reminders on your phones. YouTube's useless. They won't remember to tell you. Is that all the things?
Yeah, someone's asking about the name of your breathing thing. So we do Wim Hof stuff, and that in out. What's that called again?
That is called physiologic sigh. Physiologic
Huberman podcast. You could look up.
Look up Huberman podcast. He's blinking great as well.
I just asked that a few times, so I thought I'd just get that in at the last minute.
Thanks for hanging out. It's good night from me.
Good night from me.
Good night.